Thank you everyone again for tuning in. This is going to be episode 5 now, I believe, yeah. So we're going to be ending our turn and starting on our conquest of the last vampire faction really in the game. And then it's going to be us versus everyone. So the weapon I carry is actually called Blood Drinker, and it asks that I capture and occupy Beshefen, and will give me 1500 for this mission. So we're going to head our way up there eventually. So we finished our technology, and now our direwolves are even faster and have even more weapon strength. Next we're working on extra defense and extra speed for our Vargeists. Oh, I can't wait. So a great migration comes to our borders, demanding shelter from threats abroad. Do we let them come in or turn them away? So if we do nothing, then we get nothing. If we welcome them, then our growth goes up and our recruitment cost goes down, but our public order is kind of in the air. So we'll let that happen for 3 turns. We'll get some extra growth.
Lord of the Night.
Alright, so we're going to take this turn and we're going to run as fast as we can towards Templehoff. Although the enemy looks like he's kind of knows what's going on, I gotta be honest. So I want to skirt the edge of my own territory and stay out of his, just in case he thinks that I'm trying to go after him.
Necropolis awaits. Find me charnel pits.
So this is actually a neutral province. We have a non-aggression pact, but we're simply neutral with each other. I didn't know that. Alright, so let's see. My income is only 242, so if I buy this giblet, it gives me 100 income, which is nothing. But for now, I guess it's probably okay. Oh wow, that's the problem. Okay, so this Balefire Brazier gives me +3 to Vampiric Corruption, and I'm already at 100%, right? No big deal. But then the one next to it spreads the Vampiric Corruption to all nearby places. Like, I need that so bad. And since the main structure can go up to rank 5, but the secondary structures can only go to rank 3, if I want to get the most powerful one, I need to build it at Castle Drakenhof. So that's good to know. In fact, Essen is going to revolt soon, but it might be worth buying one here, because man, that would be great to just spread it all over the place. I should build one in each of my settlements, to be honest. Alright, so I'm glad I found that. I wish I had known it earlier, but oh well. So it says I can raise another unit of skeletal spearmen, so I'm going to. And this hero can get some more zombies. Alright, I'm going to end my turn. Alright, so I'm about to have a rebellion up in Essen. Alright, so a vampire within your domain is needlessly feasting on the peasantry. I can either take her lands or I can leave her be. So if I leave her be, then public order goes down. If I take her lands, then Templehoff will hate me less. Well, fuck you. I'm gonna kill Templehoff.
Darkness comes.
Alright. So let's see. Now everybody's pretty much within range. I think if I move my main army to attack, I can get there. So I'm going to move close here.
The scent of death is strong.
And now I'm going to attack. and declare war.
Shed their blood. I want their souls.
Alright, so it says it's going to be an overwhelming just bloodbath. And after seeing what he has, I have to agree. So I'm going to go ahead and just attack. Although he does have over 2,000 troops. Alright, let's see. So we're at 14 out of 25. That's actually not too bad. We'll start deployment. So we're going to have a huge amount of allies, and they're going to be coming in directly behind us. So I want to capitalize on that, and I want to stay as far as I can into this corner. So Hero is going to be on number 1, and he's going to go after the door. I'm going to have my flyers be on group 0, because they're going to be really effective. My cavalry is going to be group 9, and then all my other infantry are going to be on group 2, and their job is to literally just get up on the wall. And then my necromancer, I'm going to keep him back, and hopefully he won't get killed. And so now we start the battle, and I have all my skeletons running as fast as they can relatively, charging the walls and trying to get up on top of them, while my hero is attacking the actual door itself. I'm going to have my flying units go in once my units are up on the wall. Once I'm on the wall, then I'm going to fly in and have them assist. Alright, so my reinforcements are arriving, so I'm going to have them start approaching the walls also. And now that I've got all my spellcasters in the game, I can start casting my heals. Alright, so our troops are all climbing up now, so it's time to bring the flying cavalry in. And the bats too. And now that I'm up here, I'm taking control of the towers. My units are also getting up on top. So I'm having them all attack. My Vargeists are just tearing them apart up here. I don't want my units to come off the walls though. Front gate's at 27%. I'm going to bring the dogs actually in close because they're getting shot to pieces. Alright, so now I'm basically just going to use my flyers to kind of reinforce the battle that's already going on here. As it looks like most of them are being chased off of the walls. And so now I'm just going to have my hero start breaking down this door. I think I can actually use my knights up here as well. Yep, so more and more of my units are getting up on top of the walls now. So what I'm going to have them all do is start making their way towards the main city center. See if I can't cast a couple of healing spells. Oh, they already did. Keep some of these more injured units alive. So apparently you can only cast spells on your own army. I mean, it won't let me cast my healing spell on my forces right now, so that's all. Alright, so my guys are finally coming up over the walls. So I can't heal my ghouls. Oh, there we go. Oh, now we got flying. Front gate's kind of dying slowly. So now I just have all my forces attacking their hero, so if they can't get to him, they should just engage anything in between. Now I'm casting my healing spells on my own forces that are taking heavy damage. So the enemy still has a pretty decent force here, but more and more of my units are coming down off the walls. So I just keep repeatedly casting my healing spell on my units that are taking heavy losses. So you can see more and more of my units now just pouring off the walls and entering into the enemy base. So now the enemy has a force here on the western side of their main structure, trying to stop us from entering into their actual castle itself. So I'm going to see if I can save this unit of skeletons. Nope. I could not. But here the forces continue to break through. So I'm going to have my flyers come in and kind of break through. Alright, so enemy lord has been destroyed. So this is a pretty simple battle, honestly. It was just a battle of overwhelming numbers. We just had to get our units up on. We had 3,500 troops. Although the enemy still had over 2,000 himself, so it's not like we were just beating on somebody who had no... But it's a problem that we weren't able to get into the keep, like, through the door. So, either building a ram, or I'm sure we'll get more effective troops at breaking down the... Occupy.
You bend.
Alright, so
Lord of the dead.
we still have movement left on our normal army, so we're going to attack the enemy hero, and we're going to take him. Well, he's too far to do it. And we're just going to auto-decide it, because he doesn't have any real chance of winning. And we're going to take the money this time. Enemy hero is obliterated.
Move us.
We still have some movement range. Can't get to it this turn, but we're going to destroy this next turn. Alright, so leveled up, we can get undead horde, which lets our units replenish faster. Heroes are cheaper. Attrition suffered from all attrition reduced. Or ambush. We're going to go with reduced attrition so that we don't lose as many units. Our hero has also leveled up. Wow, okay, so we can get Lore Master, Lore Vampires, which will allow me to use my spells faster. Well, it's not that great, so I'm gonna max out Beguile and get my melee defense up to 59. And he's gonna need to rest for a minute. But now we have $3,000, so Schwarzhofen here is gonna be... Actually, since the lands south of us are Dwarven, I think that Fort Oberstyre here is going to be like our pinnacle of spreading our corruption, because it's going to go through the entire area here. So this gentleman right here is going to have to be moving out of this area. And he's going to have to move over to Fort Oberstyre.
Darkness comes.
And with that, we will end our turn. We're going to lose Essen on this turn from due to rebellion.
Do not assume that as we share a bloodline, thou shalt not be shackled to mine will.
He offers a peace treaty. I have no need for such. I'm just going to take his entire territory from him. Essen is taken by rebels. They can have it. I'll go get it back in a little bit. So we've gotten a new hero, a White King. Ooh, if I deploy him, it increases public order by 5.
Cower before me. You dare.
So I'm going to take Fort Oberstyre here.
Unleash undeath.
And it says it's going to be an even battle, huh? Because it's rank 3, probably. Well, in that case, I'm going to encircle it.
Drag them to our necrotic embrace. All shall know me and tremble.
I'm going to bring this guy close enough to assist
Bring me zombie fodder.
and re-attack. Now it's an overwhelming, devastating, no chance. So this is a rank 3 settlement, so it's not a actual castle per se. So we'll have to see if there's any walls. If there's walls, then it's going to be a different strategy. If there's no wall, they're going to have pretty difficult. Go ahead and start deployment. Going to put since we have our different hero here, we're just going to not even form groups. I'm just going to put all of my skeletons and zombies on one mass and just make it group 7. And then I'm going to put my dogs and direwolves and my bat on group 8. And that way I can very easily issue orders. I'm going to be telling my zombies to approach the enemy slowly because they don't look like they're doing anything. And here come my other reinforcements. So most likely it's going to be flying units that are going to reinforce. Just going to have them build a huge wall here. Then I'm going to have my secondary army form up behind them. And then I'm going to put my cavalry on a group 0, and have them run forward to get into a position to where they can be helpful. Have my hero engage. He can just attack as soon as he gets close. After he heals one of my units. Have my necromancer heal one as well. Put my flying Vargeist into a group. Alright, so now all my flyers are in one group, all my direwolves are in one group.
Ready to bring death. I make it so. So be it.
Alright, so we're just healing up any units we can.
At once.
Alright, so now our forces are getting closer and closer. We're going to have our direwolves off on the east. We're going to have our cavalry on the west. So I'm going to select all my zombies and send them in. The next group after that I'm going to send in is going to just be a collection of all the skeletons. But I'm going to give the zombies time to get in there first, because again, if every single one of them gets annihilated, who cares?
Only an undead they see.
So, just continue to cast heals. Alright, so their forces are slowly moving forward. So this is actually the forces of the secondary army arriving now. And the enemy is engaging, so Blood Knights and Flyers engage the bats. Blood Knights when they're ready. Alright, now we can bring all the skeletons in. Bring the bats in too. And now for the fun is they've got a little necromancer guy in the very back, I think, so he's going to be a perfect target for our dogs. I'm going to bring them way out wide so that they make sure that they go around and flank. And here you can see our skeleton spearmen charging in. And here come the cavalry in from behind. This should be pretty brutal. And now the dogs come in from behind. So I just make sure I keep pushing forward with all my units. With this many outnumbering the enemy, very little that they can actually do. It won't always be like this, though. We're basically just kicking around a completely defeated faction at this point. Alright, so that looks like that's the end of that battle. Oh, they do have a hero left for a second, as our entire force just consolidates and slams into him. He's actually disintegrating now. So we had over 3,000 troops to his almost, and most of them were highly veteran. Alright. So again, we have a chance to subjugate them, but we're just going to take over the world, so. And now we control both east and west Sylvania. So I'm going to keep this gentleman in Templehoff and use him to bolster this area. I am going to use this hero to deploy him in this province, and that will increase the growth. Now that this is here, I'm going to go for a plus 20 grow. I'm gonna actually go for tax rate on this one. And I'm going to demolish buildings that I don't need. But this is amazing. The fact that they've already built this Balefire Brazier makes me very happy. So I'm going to destroy all those buildings since I don't really believe... Well, I'll keep the one at Fort Oberstyre just in case. Actually, I'm going to keep the one at... Darn. Yeah, at Schwarzhofen is going to need a garrison of some kind. So let's see, my hero has not leveled up. The Necromancer, however, has. So his next ability... Let's go with... the Van Hel's Danse Macabre increases the melee attack and movement speed of all allies around the target. So you can put it on somebody and makes them all stronger. I like that. Actually, I like this even more. Passive ability, Master of the Dead, constant. Affects all allies in range. Within a 30-meter range, replenishes the hit points. But he's not going to be up close, because I don't want him to die. You know what? I take it back. He's going to be standing right next to my main hero, and they're going to fight together. Okay. And then this other army... He's going to go with the Darkening Skies again. Oh, he's gonna go with Master of the Dead, I mean.
Darkness comes.
So now that I think about it, I may just keep this army here in Fort Oberstyre.
You dare. Lord of the dead. Darkness comes.
As a garrison, just a protective force, and then keep this one here in Drakenhof.
Death is strong.
I'm going to change the commandment here to growth and corruption. So let's see, at my main castle here, Eschen would be a good place for me to build. Oh, I can upgrade this to increase the recruitment capacity and the growth. Man, it's expensive though. I'm gonna buy the Balefire Brazier for... No, actually I'm not. I need to save that for Krakenhof. And here is where I'm gonna build the armory. Okay, so... I don't need the public order, so I guess I go with growth.
All shall know me.
18 out of 20. Time to get back to Templehoff. Well, now that I have control of all this, do I want to head north? Yes, I want to head north. And recapture Essen.
Annihilate them.
And this guy is going to stay here, and he's going to protect this from future attackers. Just going to keep gaining experience on him. And then I'm going to keep this guy here, and he's just going to serve as income. Alright. So with that, seems like a good place for us to stop this episode. Thanks for watching, and I hope to catch you on the next one. Thanks.